Merry Christmas, everyone. My name is Helen. This is the Shrimpy Miki channel. Welcome if you're new here, but I suspect many of you know me already. I am a hair loss YouTuber. I make lots of content about my hair loss journey, and I do a lot of shampoo and product reviews, mostly about hair loss, but about other things as well. And I YouTube about some other stuff as well, including beauty. But today I thought that, it's the end of the year. Christmas is here. I'm sitting at the most awkward angle you could possibly imagine because I wanted to get in this Christmas tree over here because this is a truly beautiful tree. This is a real tree. I'm Canadian, and one of the perks of being a Canadian is you have access to these beautiful, very fragrant, Canadian-grown Christmas trees. The beautiful snow that you associate with like Santa Claus and the Christmas season. So we've already had those things here. I've already experienced those. So my Christmas season is well underway, and I hope yours is going well too. Some good news, the vaccine is coming. It is coming here to Canada this upcoming week actually, which is great. And I know it's gonna take a long time to unroll, not just in this country, but wherever you are. It will take time for all of us to get vaccinated from COVID, but what great news. And I'm just in a good mood. What can I say? I am cooking today. I may look pretty normal, but I assure you I smell of meatballs because I got a big sauce going this morning so I can make some pasta dishes to send out to friends because it's not like I can socialize with them and share a meal in person. So I'm cooking a whole bunch of food and just thought I would sit down here and talk about the things that I've loved in terms of hair loss products and things that were not great for me this year. And so let's get into that. I promise you I will start roasting products very shortly. I'll actually put a timestamp down below if you just want to jump ahead to the things I really did not like, because we'll start with the bad stuff and we'll end on the good stuff. A lot of great things happened to me though on this channel, so I just wanted to make sure that I took some time to express my gratitude to everybody. I gained a whole bunch of subscribers this year. I've been YouTubing now for nearly 3 years, and it was kind of tough going at the beginning. It was definitely a labor of love. I only really did it because I wanted to share information that I'd learned, mostly about hair and some beauty stuff as well. And things were slow. It was a lot of slow growth, but what really sort of propelled my channel forward a lot was, I attribute it to two things. One of them was that I had this idea just to straight up, because I wasn't making very much, and actually in fact no AdSense revenue from YouTube at all. I wasn't making any money off YouTube videos at all for the longest time. That only just came on this year. I only reached enough subscribers to start qualifying to show ads. So sorry, I know that you're seeing ads, but please know that it helps to support what I do here. But one idea I had was just to ask people if they wanted to contribute to my product fund. And that's still going. That is my Buy Me a Latte campaign. So if you enjoy the videos that I do and you just want to throw $5 into a fund that I use just exclusively to buy products to help to support the channel, hair loss things, shampoos mostly is what I try. I have a link down below if you want to contribute. I know that it is Christmas season, so I don't know, maybe you're very tight on spending, or maybe you have a little extra money because you didn't spend it on Christmas party taxis and things like that. But that really helps. So with that money, I was able to buy shampoos and things that I maybe would not have purchased on my own, and I'll talk about some of those, I promise, because that's what I'm going to be roasting coming up. So that happened for me. I also just started earning money properly, and then that, just even making shampoo reviews, brought a whole bunch of brand new viewers to my channel. So if you came sort of more from the shampoo review world over here, I thank you for joining me. I will continue to make those. I am still actually in the midst of testing Viviscal supplements. Those were actually given to me for free. And so I'm at the midway point, and you can see my hair looks pretty good. I don't think it looks a huge amount different yet, but stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed, you'll want to do that, because that will not come out for another month and a half now, because I have to do the whole thing. It's a 3-month supply of supplements, and the 3 months is how long that they say it takes to start working, at least on the little sort of piece of paper brochure type thing that they gave me. So hang around for that, click the notification bell, don't miss any of my videos, and along the way I'll be testing out shampoos and stuff like that. So that happened, and really what it was mane and tail shampoo, which we'll talk about in a minute. that garnered a whole bunch of new views and a whole new audience for me. So for that, I'm really thankful this year. Things are finally starting to go on a sort of upward trajectory for me in terms of people watching my videos, which of course is very gratifying, but also, you know, in terms of making a bit of revenue. I am not gonna lie. I finally cracked, you know, the $400 mark. I'm not embarrassed to say that, which is not a huge amount of money. Like, definitely I'm not a YouTuber who can quit her real job, but it is nice because that amount of money helps to pay for a lot of the things that I spent money on here that I could never recoup, right? Like I have proper microphones. I have to have a tripod, and then like a tripod that's like a to-go tripod. Anyway, I won't get to all the details, but those things all cost hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars, so I can finally, you know, say that I paid those off, which is great. So anyhow, let's talk about the products that I tried and didn't like, and here we go. I really do love Aveda products, but if I had to say the number one product that sticks out in my mind of all the sort of hair loss related products that I tried in 2020, and I tried a lot of them, was Aveda's Invati series. With that product fund that I told you guys about, I was able to afford to purchase this. This is a very expensive set. The shampoo's expensive, the conditioner's expensive, and the scalp treatment is expensive. The shampoo alone is, I think, double the price of their sort of really famous rosemary mint shampoo, which is a lovely shampoo, which for me was a must buy for many, many years until I found it to be a little too drying after I lost my hair, and I tend toward the moisturizing shampoos. This shampoo just took it way too, it was too moisturizing. The products left my hair sticky, gummy, goopy. It just did not work well with my hair chemistry. It just did not do the things that it said it was supposed to do. And what really irritated me about this product, and really bugs me when I see it on products, I've said this before and I will say it again, is when they have a little small print. There's an asterisk on the bottle and it says that it's a product for hair loss, a shampoo for hair loss, and it helps to reduce hair loss. You see that asterisk, you follow that asterisk to the small print, and the small print says, from hair loss due to breakage. Let me tell you, women who are buying a product that says it's marketed for hair loss are not looking for hair loss due to breakage. They're thinking about the hair they're like, oh my God, so much of my hair is falling out in the shower. What's the product that's gonna help with this? Oh, this one says it reduces it by such and such a percent due to hair loss. I'm gonna buy it. That is how people make purchasing decisions. They're not looking at the small print due to breakage. If it really is due to breakage, just put that up front and center. That's all I ask people. I don't like that marketing tactic. I did not like this shampoo and conditioner. And what made me even angry about the situation was that I had to spend my own money because they do not accept returns. And I checked at the time, here in Canada, nor in the USA, they do not accept, they will not pay for you to return it. A lot of places do free returns now, especially considering there was a pandemic. So a lot of us are trying things without really being able to return them. And I just felt that that was stinky of them to do that, right? They are a multi-million, if not billion-dollar corporation. I think that they should be able to provide free returns. That's just what I think, especially with such a, maybe if it's not under like $20, but when you're spending like over $100 on something, I think that you should be able to return it if it doesn't work out for you. Just saying. So I had to spend $10 to return it, and I normally would have just kept something. I normally would just keep it and use it if it was gonna be $10 to return it, but I was so angry at this. I was like, I'm gonna send it back and I'm gonna get my money, because it isn't actually my money. It is actually money that you guys helped me with. And so if I get that money back, I can probably buy a whole bunch of other shampoos with it that you guys might like to see. And that is exactly what I did. So bye-bye Aveda and Invati. It's a no thank you for me. That's a video that I made. And so, of course, you know, if you go into my shampoo reviews playlist, you'll see all of these there, including this one, if you care to watch it. The other thing I wanted to say about this product is it took me a while to realize this, but it is almost exactly like, I remember getting When by Chaz Dean. Do you guys remember this co-washing shampoo from a while back now? Like, to get in the Wayback Machine to try and remember this one. But something about the smell and the way it felt in my hair reminded me so much of a co-wash shampoo, which is fine, except it wasn't actually a co-washing shampoo, but it reminded me so much of that product, which also didn't work well for my hair. So I guess unsurprisingly, this one didn't work well for me either. Next up is the Ordinary's hair serum, and boy, I roasted her in a video, and I kind of didn't know that this would happen, but that video kind of blew up. That video is very, very popular right now. In fact, it's consistently my top performing video. So I tried it out, Did not like this product, felt it to be very much like water, tested it out on my arm because I just didn't know what to do. It wasn't doing anything in my hair. Literally felt like drops of water that I was putting in my hair. I felt I gave it a fair enough try. I just didn't feel like there was anything. It wasn't doing anything. A lot of people said I should have tried it for longer than 1 month, but I just didn't want to. What can I say? Like, I felt like I gave it a good try and I just did not believe the claims that it was making. I'm not gonna try it for 3 months if I really just don't like it. That's just all there is to it on my channel. You can, there's many things that I do try for a long time. I'm trying the Viviscal for 3 months. I've been trying Rogaine for like well over, years now, and I've been trying the generic version of that as well for a long time. So there's things I'm willing to just go all in on, and some things I will just back off if I'm just not liking it. And that's how I roll. That is how I roll. And people have an issue with that, but I did not like this product. Luckily, it's like inexpensive. It's like $17. It's not expensive. It's not like a ripoff per se, but you know what? I just feel like for the money, there's other things you'd be spending your money on if thickening your hair is really truly a concern. I just didn't feel like this product worked personally. And that's all. And didn't like it. Next up on my hit list of products, shampoos, hair loss related stuff that I did not like is mane and tail shampoo. I kind of wanted to like it because it came in this and it comes in this kind of appealingly retro packaged, very low end looking shampoo bottle. And it's inexpensive, and I know people really rely on it for trying to thicken up their hair, and people love this shampoo. I did not. It left my hair super frizzy. Was not a good look for me. Just reminded me that for myself, I need a moisturizing shampoo. My hair, I'm using a moisturizing shampoo. I'm using my Holy Grail shampoo, which is Kerastase Ban Satin, which is not on this list this year because it's not new to me. It's not a new product. I've been using it for over a decade now. Yeah, I can't with the thickening shampoos with this particular shampoo. And a lot of people have noted in the comments that it is actually for horses. It is literally called mane and tail and there are horses on it because it is meant for animals. I acknowledge humans are animals. However, I am not a horse, and so and I don't have horse-like hair either. My hair's prone to being dry, and given that, it was a no for me. It just did not work well. That was an unpopular opinion, and the funny thing is some people have started using it. They watched my review, and I tried to be really fair, saying that like for me it's too drying. If you have super oily hair, you might love it. If you have a lot of hair, you might really love it. And people are like, yeah, thanks. I actually purchased it because I watched your review, which is great. I think that means I did a pretty fair job in trying to say that it might be good for other people, even though it isn't great for me. The great thing about it, it's not very expensive. Okay, next up was Dream Length's shampoo, protein heavy, very protein rich shampoo from L'Oreal. I really wanted to love it because I love L'Oreal products. My Holy Grail is made by Kerastase. Kerastase is a subsidiary of L'Oreal products. And just in general, like whenever people are asking me for like inexpensive drugstore picks, very often L'Oreal is my go-to brand in terms of shampoo and conditioner picks. I just find that I tend to like their products. Everyone seems to have one that they like. Some people really love Dove. Some people have loved Pantene their whole life. Whatever the case may be, L'Oreal's usually it for me, but Dream Length's was not. It left my hair kind of a little too straight. It was too much protein. It was just too much heavy protein in this shampoo for my particular hair type. And I don't think that it would be great on curly hair, but people have disagreed. That's the great thing about the comments in general, is that people have different views, different opinions. They sometimes watch my stuff just to see if my take on it differs from theirs. And I love that. That's so great. That makes it so much fun and so gratifying for me to hear different ideas. I don't need everybody just saying that they love what I do. I love to hear contrasting opinions about how shampoo works and doesn't work for them. So speaking of which, let's talk about Nioxin. That's another really popular one that's targeted for hair loss. Nioxin is super well known in the sort of hair loss community as a really good shampoo conditioner pick to try and, I guess, help reduce hair loss. I don't believe that any shampoo actually does really reduce hair loss. And so this was no different, but it was perfectly nice. It had a nice sort of minty scent. For me, the 1 and the 2, or rather, I think it was the two that I tried. Well, I found it very drying. That was really the main issue with Nioxin, the shampoo and the conditioner. And if I were to purchase it again, I had bought the 2, which was for like just a little bit of thinning, or sorry, I think progressed thinning. I can't remember all the details about it, but it wasn't for color treated hair. And probably what I should have done is just gone way up to like the 5 or something that has that is more for sort of damaged hair. And the reason is that those higher number ones, and that's how you pick nioxin, the higher number ones like 4, 5, 6 are for like bleached hair, color treated hair, like really damaged hair. I should have gone up there because those have way more conditioning elements in them, and I think it probably would have worked a bit better for me. But the one that I tried just left my hair, again, dry, frizzy. There was a scalp treatment that came with it that just made my hair quite itchy, made my scalp quite itchy, and it was kind of a no for me. I think I gave it a pretty fair try, and I will not be repurchasing it. In fact, I still have it, and I still would use it. It's great to kind of clarify, actually. So when I need to clarify from using, like, for instance, too much Olaplex, which I'll talk about in a minute, that's a great one to reach for. But just in general, I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. It wasn't exactly a fail, but it was probably on the I wouldn't buy it kind of list. Okay, the last complete fail, and this one for me was a complete fail, and it's not a hair loss product, but rather a skincare / beauty world product, and that is a Korean beauty cult favorite called Vanilla Co Zero Cleansing Balm. This is sort of like a solid product that you scoop up and you use it to do your first wash, like when you're trying to remove your makeup, that level of washing, because I wash my face 2 times, and I'll keep this short because I know it's not hair related, but it sucked. What can I say? I have no other words for it. It really was like the worst. It never removed any of my eyeliner and eye makeup. And the whole reason I'm using this cleansing balm is to be able to do that. And it just never did that. And it smelled like hairspray. And I used every last bit of it because I do not want to be wasteful. But boy, I did not like it every single time that I tried it. It didn't give me any sort of breakout issues or anything like that. But let me tell you though, that was an unpopular opinion. That is still to date the only video I think that I have ever made that has way more dislikes than likes, and that cracks me up. But listen, I am living in my truth. I hate that product. I will not be repurchasing it. In fact, I switched to another cleansing balm and I'm like, oh yeah, this one costs a fraction of the price and works way better. Next time I will not make this mistake again. So there you have it. Those are my dislikes. Let's get on to the things that I really love this year. Olaplex. I wanted to be really skeptical and critical of this expensive shampoo and conditioner because there was just so much hype around it, and oftentimes I like to put on my skepticism cap and just use that to sort of sift through all these things that I'm testing, but it really performed. You know, I don't have color treated or bleached hair, but my hair is, like I said, on the drier side, and when I used Olaplex shampoo and conditioner, something about the two of those things together just worked really, really well. But I will issue a caveat now, having used it for a few months. It is quite heavy, so yes, it will give you this beautiful sleek hair, and if you try and straighten your hair after you use it with like a flat iron, ooh, it works like a dream. But the downside is it can build up and it does need to be clarified. So if I've been using that for a bit, then I kind of have to go in with like a nioxin or something like that. And in my opinion, after testing so many products, if you find a really good shampoo and conditioner, like my Holy Grail, your hair is pretty balanced and you don't need to be sort of in this rotation of using a heavy product and clarifying back and forth, back and forth. If you find the right amount of cleansing / moisture, like if you find the right balance, a shampoo with a good balance and a conditioner with a good balance, you don't have to do too much. That's the upside of finally finding that product that works really well in your hair. So that was a surprise love. I really loved it. Another thing that surprised me that I kind of wanted to be skeptical about because it's expensive is Pureology Strength Cure Shampoo. I think in the review that I made, and I made this review not that long ago actually, it's one of my more recent shampoo reviews. I forgot to mention the price in the video. I believe a bottle of this stuff, like a normal size bottle, is around $30, so it's priced comparative to Olaplex, comparative to the Kerastases of the world. So on the higher end, obviously, that's many multiples of what you pay for a drugstore shampoo. Again, wanted to not like it, but it was really lovely. It had it had protein as an ingredient, so it didn't have a ton of different proteins in it. Like Dream Link's shampoo, the L'Oreal one that I had mentioned, has like a ton of different proteins in it. It is a very heavy protein shampoo. This one has a protein listed in the ingredient list, and for me, that was just enough. It was a really nice strengthening shampoo that, in fact, had this weird effect that when I wanted to put curls or do something style-wise to my hair, it just held so beautifully. Like the next day, the same curls were still there. I'd worn a hat over the curls, and you guys know if you put a hat on, that's usually the death of your hairstyle. I wore that cap out for a couple of hours and it still kept the curls. So it definitely does do the strengthening that it promises in terms of making your hair a little bit stiffer if that's what you need to do. Another surprise fave, again, was the way fine hair shampoo and conditioner. Beautiful scent. Again, another high-end Sephora type purchase. Just lovely though. Really just so gentle, smells great, just does everything, all the gentle cleansing that it promises. I would not hesitate to recommend this to you if you have really fine hair and you're just like at Sephora and you're like, okay, I kind of maybe want to treat myself to shampoo, but a lot of them weigh my hair down. Try this one. I think it's really nice and I think you would like it. And for me, it was a surprise. Thumbs up. Last but not least, people, Nizoral shampoo. I really thought I was not going to like it. Not just because of the skepticism aspect, but because so many YouTubers who talk about hair loss say that it made their hair too dry, a tangly, horrible mess. I've heard this so many times and I thought for myself that why wouldn't I believe this? I mean, mane and tail made my hair look like basically a rat's nest. So why wouldn't Nizoral make my hair look terrible? It is a ketoconazole shampoo, so that's an active ingredient. The one that I have had 2% in it. So it's this over-the-counter, at least here in Canada, 2% ketoconazole shampoo, which is targeted toward dandruff, sort of flaky scalp issues, but a lot of dermatologists recommend it just to be used in conjunction with maybe Rogaine if you're using that, or just basically to target hair loss. There is some scant evidence that it can help against that. So I wasn't too sure if it was going to do anything for my hair loss. I certainly didn't get any more hair loss when I was using it, so that was good from that perspective. But I think what I did, and I was really careful to do, and what you should do, is just use a lot less shampoo. I didn't overdo it. This is not a shampoo you want to be putting a whole palm load, right? It actually tells you, use like a teaspoon or something like that for each wash. And read the directions, like just follow the directions carefully or follow your doctor's directions for using it. It says something like literally use a teaspoon. That's really not very much and probably is about the amount that I use anyway. So maybe people that have been using it have been using way too much. I'm not exactly sure why people don't like it, but I found it to be perfectly fine. It actually wasn't overly drying. So that might be good to know if in case you're considering it and you're worried you're gonna get like ultra dry hair or if it was gonna do something negative to you. It was totally fine. It didn't irritate my face at all, which is something that Head & Shoulders, something in the formulation of Head & Shoulders irritates my skin. Even if it don't really get it on my skin, I feel this weird tingling everywhere. I don't know. But I didn't really get any tingling or anything like that with this one. So yeah, I liked it. That wraps everything up. I forgot to say like and subscribe, or maybe I did at the beginning. I guess it doesn't really matter at this point, but listen, wishing you all a really Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And thank you so much for joining me here. You know, your time is so valuable and I love spending it with you. So I hope you all had an okay year. I know it was a crazy one, but let's all look forward to this upcoming year, and I think it's gonna be better than this last one. So with that said, we will see you soon.